Hello everyone, welcome back to, I guess what I would describe as an epilogue episode of sorts, for this game. I have made this for a couple of reasons. First off, I wanted to, kind of explain what Dahlia Boat, where that came from, because there seems to be some sort of contention on where specifically that did come from. Some people think it's a reference to, another work by a fan, some guy who, I think it was a manga reference, I'm not really sure, but some people seem to think it's a manga reference. Others believe that Dahlia Boat was a translation from ROT22 code, which still doesn't make a whole lot of sense because that translates to help me FSEX, which doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense to me. So I really can't tell you quite exactly where the Dahlia of Dahlia Boat comes from, because there's some fan speculation on that, but what we're going to do is we're going to do two things. First off, the little nil number that Tokiko gave me at the end of the last episode, she talked to me, the player, again as the Frayer. She did that once before. I'm going to go back through that conversation really quick and see if there's any kind of hint there. Maybe I can figure out what the nil number is supposed to be for. You know, from that, I don't know really what it's for. I'm assuming it's a code just like the crisscross code that we've been seeing, code that we've been seeing throughout the game. I'm assuming it's an example of that, just much smaller. But while we're here on the timeline, I did really quickly want to go over, just in case you didn't catch on, when I was Mizuki and when I was Bibi, because that's quite different. So for here, wait a minute, can we switch this here? Yes. So here is Mizuki still. This is obviously the 6 years ago. That's all Mizuki. Here, actually, the Ryuki doesn't really make a huge difference. I'll put it this way. This was no. This was BB. No, excuse me. Anything that's marked present, pardon me, I'm getting this confused in my own head. Anything marked present under the Mizuki timeline was done by Mizuki. Anything marked 6 years ago with the Mizuki timeline was, in fact, BB. So for these three segments, that was BB. For this here, the present, this was Mizuki, this was Mizuki, this was all Mizuki. All of this was Mizuki. This was BB. This was Mizuki. This is also Mizuki. Alright, that's... So basically, anytime that we were 6 years in the past while we were Mizuki, we were actually BB. Now, where was the conversation? That was 6 years ago, I'm pretty sure, right? I think it was... this conversation, I think? It was definitely in chapter 1. I was definitely Ryuki. I can't remember if it was here, chapter 1, here, or here. I think it was this one. No, wait, oh yeah. I think it's this one. Let me go back and check this conversation. Let's see if we can find out any hints here. This is basically what I did to cover a couple of other... I'm just basically showing you the process that I did. I just went through conversations again, off camera, a lot of the times.
I'm the president of the Japanese Knights Laws branch.
Oh, this is the first conversation we've had with her. Yeah, I was correct.
I apologize for visiting so late at night. I'm from the Metropolitan Police Department.
Mr. Ryuki, is it? Mamoru, my secretary, has already informed me. I hear you've come to ask about Jin Furue's murder.
Wink sync, I think. I can't quite remember how we got to the Frayer conversation. I don't remember if it was a specific conversation option or if it was doing the wink sync.
What is going on here?
Maybe she's not thinking about anything at all.
Her mind is completely blank?
Maybe she reached a state of selflessness.
Let's go
Judging
with
by
this
the
person.
way you asked that, I assume that's Jin's estimated time of death?
Well, yes.
I was in Okinawa from the night of the 8th. I had a seminar to attend on the 9th and 10th. I returned to Tokyo late last night.
I checked the logs for hotels and airports, for smartphone access points, and the security footage for each location. It's true that Tokiko was in Okinawa from the 8th to...
So she...
We've been through all this. I'm trying to get to
I had
the...
after all.
That's a good thing.
Even after guard, if I had...
I'm trying to
I
get
know
to the
about
part where
that's
she
why I
starts talking to me directly as a player.
Indeed, that, but there we have been the purpose.
So this...
I am aware of, however, I assumed.
What do you... Anyway, I had heard I thought...
Yes, some claim, but that's made a rumor. 9 are had this. This we are,
And that...
this
But the world... That...
You're...
yes,
Right.
and if it is to find,
Why would...
if
Oh,
you
I think
tear
we're
it,
getting...
thus
I think
that
we're getting into the
This'll-
conversation.
the if you will, it is a prof.
This is it. This is it. I think.
What is that?
It's a hand sign.
No,
it's
this isn't.
mentorism.
So I'm at... No, we didn't have...
Nice. She, though this when he left,
Order of...
it's in the order. Despite,
Then how did she...
I wouldn't perhaps.
Yeah, they used to slug. So there. You're bad.
That...
What is this?
That's.
None of
Oh,
not
that's right.
See?
Did you log another?
Am I in the right place?
By the way, would you
Oh, I think
mind?
this
What
is
is
it.
it?
Are you a Freyer?
Yes, this is it. Okay.
Freyer?
I am asking the person within you.
What?
I will ask you one more
Okay,
time.
this is where we need to pay attention.
Are you a Freyer?
Yes.
Hey, Ryuki.
As I thought. Then you've realized this world is fictional.
Let's play into this because from my personal perspective, she's correct. Up until now I've been treating this simulation theory as if it was being applied to the real world, the world that you and I inhabit. However, if you look at it from her perspective, we as players know that she is fictional.
Am I correct?
So what if I run off of this idea, because I didn't originally?
Ryuki, what's gotten into you?
Then please tell me the nil number.
I have that written down.
If you truly are a Freyer, you should know it.
696318. I did not expect her to just bluntly straight up ask that of me. Okay. And I don't know what this is. Which is something he's been doing the whole time. Now, is this supposed to be TC Perch? Okay.
What? Tama. Tama!
No, you don't have Tama. Your eye is a regular color.
Thank you. Why are you surprised I didn't die? Let me show you the real world. I am this space.
This reminds me of like those
Tokiko said find me.
glitch
Where could she be?
creepypastas. Oh, hello. What? Suddenly we're playing a oh no, wait. You know, it's the same controls. Just... Oh. I kind of understand. I can pass through things. You have to find her, huh? We no clip, and there she is back there. Okay. And Okay, we can't. This is running. Fair enough. Okay, so now we're in what should be the back rooms, but is instead the void of nothingness, which is its own special kind of fun. And you are surrounded by an evil aura. Of course.
This is the true world. Do you understand? No, that is not the case. You must already realize that you have transcended the logic of causality. How did you know about the nil number? My hologram only discusses that fact 6 years into the future, and it is not Ryuki who will be told. The two Mizukis. We will tell them the nil number, but for some reason you already knew. Why is that? Can you explain?
She's asking this
is
of
a logical
Ryuki specifically.
paradox. This is an enormous seam in the structure of this world. It has been rent, and the reality beneath has been exposed. Do you recall what I told you? If you tear at the seams of a cloth, it will unravel.
But this
and the
isn't
whole
tearing
will
at the
be
seams of a
created.
cloth. This is literally just somebody who, when they were sewing the outfit, created a pocket within it.
This is the result. We are in that hole
Just
now.
with a button, and the button
In
is
an
the nil
empty
number in this
space,
case.
torn into the false world itself.
Why did you order Mame to move the corpse? You don't tell me. You don't tell me? You don't
You
tell
asked
me.
me 3 questions. All of them have the same answer. In order to experience this moment now,
Interesting.
you did this. Although I suppose it is more accurate to say what we are about to experience. The intersection between the warp and weft. That's where the seam can occur.
Yes.
Everything happened to make this happen, and what is about to happen. The reality is, this world will eventually collapse. I have reached moksha, thanks to you. Further explanation is unnecessary. I will not allow you to call this charity, but I will grant you one of 2 options. Ryuki is about to return to the original world.
Ah, now you're talking to me again.
When that happens, you can share this information with him, or not share this information with him. Which do you choose? I leave that decision to you.
Share this information with Ryuki. The question I now have to ask myself is, with the way Ryuki has operated throughout the game, did he already have this knowledge and couldn't comprehend it? And that's why he went theoretically nuts? Or was it in fact the fact that he didn't know that all of this happened? That's the question I have to now ask myself, because my concern at this particular point is that by sharing the information with him, he will do things differently, and it will not turn out okay as it did ultimately in the end after much hardship and trouble and suffering, but ultimately everyone turned out to be fine. But in order to reach that, did he know or did he not know? I'm going to say share. I believe he knew, based on his
I
behavior
see.
throughout the game.
Ryuki will be returned to the original world with the knowledge of these past few days, and what will happen 6 years from now. As a result, history will change. Not even I know if this will bring you true
I have
happiness,
goofed.
but I will respect your decision. Be seeing you. Until we meet again. Goodbye, Freyr.
You don't understand that by achieving moksha here, you cease to exist. There is no next for you. You weren't a player character. You never were. As an NPC, you fade from existence. But how does the truth change Ryuki?
Ryuki, are you okay?
What about Tokiko?
I have no idea. I was out cold.
Mamoru, where's Tokiko?
Huh. She was just here earlier.
Are you stupid or something? It's just one of your typical episodes.
Episodes.
Yeah, your hallucinations? I think you need to get some sleep.
But does that change things? Well, I'm continuing on with the Divergent chapter. Ah, it doesn't change the events. Because Tama convinces him that it was a hallucination.
It's cold.
Mr. Date.
I'm here to investigate a case.
A case?
Guess I've got to tell you everything now. 6 years ago, you solved the HB case and got promoted. Now you're second in command at Abyss. You're always at your desk now, so you don't really know what it's like out there anymore.
It did change. He solved it immediately.
What, is the cold getting to your brain or something? You solved the HB case 6 years ago. You found Terror, Urosomizuki, in the basement of Horodori Institute. I bet he's in his holding cell right now, cursing your name. The case is still in the courts. There's no doubt he's gonna get hit hard with the sentencing. No one but him knows the whole story. But he definitely cut Jin and Chikara in half.
Yeah, because while I was talking with Tokiko, he was cutting Chikara in half, so even with the foreknowledge of what would happen, Ryuki still could not have prevented Chikara's death, which I'm fine with.
Huh? Why are you asking about Tokiko? She disappeared 6 years ago. She's been missing.
I
Anyway,
would say she's dead, and
I'm gonna
that's
get
not
going
quite
now.
accurate. She's ceased to exist.
See ya.
How does the future change?
Oh, it's you,
Komeji's
Mr.
still
Ryuki.
alive. Because Terror never had to kidnap him, he never moved the body.
Komeiji!
That means Mame never murdered Uru.
Long time no see, Ryuki.
Shoma.
What do you mean? I'm not a ghost. See? My legs are right here.
Well, they are short.
To think, my only son insulting me like this. You should consider yourself lucky I don't have a short temper.
I must confess, that's actually pretty good. That was actually a good joke, in my opinion.
That's an odd way of
This
phrasing
goes back to the conversation they were having with Shoma, where Komeiji exists happily in another reality. This is that reality. Interesting. Okay.
Though it's
that
true, I
had
was
not occurred
removed
to me
from
until
the
now.
world outside. Because 6 years ago you opened the freezer at Brahmin, Mr. Ryuki. I got sent to prison for illegally disposing
Okay, so you still
of a dead
found
body.
that.
But I finished my sentence long ago. Now I work
transporting
at
a
tofu
body
factory,
wouldn't be a major
and
crime.
I still do my comedy act on the side.
Okay.
Boy, now that I look back on it, what was I thinking? The alcohol's no excuse. I caused so much
got a
trouble
RLA
for
contract.
Shoma and Amame.
I don't envy you the tofu
I'm
factory
actually
job,
glad
but
you arrested me back then. If I was never caught, things might have turned out worse.
being in prison gave you time to think,
I
didn't
can
it?
only thank you.
I was just on a walk with Dad. It feels good walking in snow, you know?
There's barely any snow, but
Oh,
okay.
don't worry about my body. I can't really put it into words, but I think I've come to accept it. It's not like a disease or something. And it doesn't cause me any pain. Plus, I don't think I've completely stopped aging. I'm growing a little
Hey, you're
bit.
taller than your father
Maybe
now.
I'll live to be 600 years old.
That's not something I would wish upon even my worst enemy, Shoma. And if you do, I am so sorry.
If you really think hard about it, it is pretty crazy.
It's pretty crazy without thinking hard about it.
Okay, so that turned out for the better. Mame, of course, also would have
Now we're
turned out for
gonna
the better.
excuse ourselves.
Bye, Ryuki.
Interesting.
Dad! Shoma!
And there's Gen.
Darn. I was a step too late. I was gonna ask what they wanted to eat for dinner.
Mame, and again.
I didn't think I would meet my savior here. Today is going to be a good day.
What do you mean, savior?
Are you serious? I'm talking
When
about
we
6
found the
years
body
ago.
at Brahmin's?
You covered up what I did
Yep.
with Jin's left half. Not too long after we moved the body to the freezer, you found it there. Mame and I didn't even get a slap on the wrist.
Right, Komeiji was the only one convicted of disposing of the corpse. He never mentioned Mame's name during the trial.
Alright.
Huh? What is it? You look like you've seen a ghost.
More like I've seen a killer.
Are you talking about a mame? Well, she did slice it right down the middle. The lobster we got at the store.
Because you asked me to, Genny.
Sliced right down the middle, huh?
Ryuki,
Interesting.
in this timeline,
Tama,
Mame
you know,
didn't kill
huh?
anyone. As you saw earlier,
Interesting.
Komeiji is alive and well.
So Tama knows,
There's no
probably
reason
by
for Mame to
her
kill
connection
Terra.
with Ryuki's brain.
Not to mention Terra himself,
Also,
Suzuki,
she would
has
know that
been
it
in
wasn't a
prison for the last
hallucination,
6
not after the
years.
initial conversation. Alright, so she failed to convince him it was a hallucination by looking at his brain, realized it was the truth.
Well, just to get this out there, I don't completely believe in this other timeline
Yeah,
thing
because
you're
for you there
talking
is no
about.
other timeline.
I'm just humoring you.
I see. So he's told you about the other timeline because he
Well, we're
remembers
gonna get
because he's
going.
me.
Ryuki, come by the
Temporarily.
restaurant soon.
I'll be waiting at Brahmin, too. Bye for now.
Interesting.
Hey there, Mr. Ryuki.
Very interesting.
Kizuna!
Huh?
Why are
You
you
never
so
got
shocked, Ryuki?
you never had the explosion happen, so you never got
Did
into a
Kizzy's
wheelchair. I knew
beauty
this was
startle
coming.
you?
I did know about
My
this
legs?
Hey, why are you looking at Kizzy's legs? Don't get any ideas, man.
No, that's not it.
If what you said is true, Ryuki, 6 years ago, on February 15th, an explosion destroyed the cathedral. But in this timeline, then
one. Right,
obviously
because we never had to have
happened.
that confrontation.
Why? Well, this place is special for me and Kizzy.
So we went on a date.
A date, huh? You two seem happy.
Hell yeah.
I am very thankful.
By the way, Ryuki, I saw Mizuki in courts earlier. I think they're looking for you.
For me?
They had a message for you. They wanted you to meet them somewhere.
Where?
It's nearby.
Yes, the stadium.
The stadium. Did they ever find the secret? Now, did they finish building the stadium as Uru/Jin stated? Or does this not have the secret missile launcher beneath it?
Huh? What about Aiba?
I am right here, in Mizuki's left eye socket.
Once I decided to join Abyss, I got my left eye removed.
And I was installed there.
So Mr. Date doesn't have you?
I go back sometimes. Like having 2 lovers. Please do not make it weird.
You're just that popular.
Yeah, you have a way of attracting all the weirdos.
Who are you calling a weirdo?
Okay.
Oh, yes. We wanted to ask you something. Does seeing the stadium evoke any
Are you
emotions?
aware of the other timeline?
Like what?
I feel like we fought together
You have
today,
dim
on
subconscious
February
memories of it.
15th.
Fair enough.
I think you were there too, Ryuki, so I thought you might know something.
In this timeline, Ryuki never was an alcoholic, was he? Because he solved the case right away.
Hey, Tama. Is it really okay to leave things like this?
What do you mean? Komeiji is alive, Kizuna still has her legs, Mommy didn't kill anyone, and she's living her best life. Isn't this the ultimate happy ending?
No,
Yeah,
there's something wrong.
That's all true, but...
There it is. I knew there was another
boundary
video.
that divides the real and unreal is ambiguous. It's all like a butterfly dream. Perhaps you are that butterfly, fluttering as the wind carries you through the air.
I understand. She's talking about the butterfly effect now. Interesting. Very clever. And then it just appears there. Interesting. A single decision changes so much in history. Huh. Alright, I guess for now we'll leave this be. Thank you all very much for joining me. If you liked this, please like and subscribe. If you didn't, please ignore me. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, ideas, suggestions, or requests, please leave them down in the comment section below. By the way, we're on the true flow chart now. I don't think there's anything left. Have a great 24 hours.